The debate never ends. Jordan versus LeBron. Old school versus the new era. But while the focus stays locked on stats, records, and accolades, something much bigger often gets overlooked. Michael Jordan didn't just dominate the sport, he redefined what swagger even means. That influence, still alive in every gym, every tunnel walk, and every highlight reel in 2025. Loved what you saw? Smash that subscribe button and don't miss out on what's next. 1992 NBA Finals. Jordan, 28, faces Portland, 6 three-pointers in the first half. But the real moment wasn't the shots, it was what happened after the sixth. No wild celebration, just a casual shrug to the camera. That simple look said everything. What can anyone do? This is normal now. That shrug became the gold standard for confidence. It wasn't about showing off. It was about showing up, knowing no one could touch that level. That exact energy still echoes through the game today.
Here's Jordan for three, yes! With 35 points, has set.
Every player chasing greatness, still chasing that MJ cool. What made MJ's swagger next level wasn't just the confidence, it was straight up psychological warfare.
No, I've never been afraid. I mean, obviously you're nervous, but afraid means you're not confident in your skills. I have total confidence in my skills, so I'm not afraid.
This dude would tell you exactly what he was about to do, then do it right in your face. Shaq once told this wild story about Jordan walking up to Nick Anderson and saying, "I'm coming down. I'm going to dribble it between my legs twice. I'm going to pump fake and then I'm going to shoot a jumper. And then I'm going to look at you." And just like that, boom, MJ did every single thing he said, then stared him down. But this wasn't just physical domination, it was mental destruction. Like the infamous Muggsy Bogues moment. Jordan backs off and says, "Shoot it, you fucking midget." Bogues missed, and according to his former coach, that one line, just one, shattered him. His shot was never the same after that. That wasn't just trash talk. That was psychological demolition. MJ didn't just want to beat you. He wanted to own real estate in your mind. Now let's talk about the shot. The move that defenders knew was coming, but still couldn't stop. The turnaround fadeaway. What's crazy is Jordan didn't even come up with it. It was Elvin Hayes, a 12-time All-Star, who showed it to him back in '88. But MJ, he took that move and made it into art. It wasn't just the footwork, it was the attitude behind it. Jordan could spin baseline or toward the middle, and defenders were always guessing wrong. The moment he dropped his hips and started turning, it was already over, and he wasn't just hitting them now and then. Michael Jordan averaged 22.9 field goal attempts per game in his career. That fadeaway wasn't just a move, it was a signature, a reminder. You could study it, expect it, and prepare for it, and still lose. Here's where MJ completely shifted the game. His swagger didn't stop at basketball. He didn't just dominate the league, he took over the culture. The Air Jordan brand, that wasn't just about sneakers. It became a symbol, a whole identity. Before Jordan, basketball shoes were just gear, functional, athletic equipment. But after Jordan, they became everything. Fashion statements, status symbols, cultural icons. This man built a multi-billion-dollar empire off the strength of believing he was worth it. And the wildest part? He was. And you still feel that impact today. Watch the new generation. When you see a young player with that quiet confidence, that cold stare, that "I know I'm him" attitude, yeah, that's MJ's DNA right there. His swagger is still running the game, even if he hasn't laced him up in 2 decades. People always talk about Jordan's talent, and sure, it was elite. But what set him apart was how he used his mind. His swagger was mental warfare. He didn't just hoop, he hunted. He'd study you, pick apart your weaknesses, and break you before the ball even tipped. He'd limp into a game pretending he was injured, then torch you for 40, or let a rookie get a bucket early just to crush their soul later. This dude was playing chess when the rest of the league was still learning checkers. His swagger wasn't for show, it was a weapon, and it was deadly. Even the small things MJ did became iconic, like sticking out his tongue. Sounds simple, right? But it hit differently. It started as this little thing he picked up from watching his dad work on cars. Just a habit, but by the time the 1991 NBA Finals rolled around, that one move had become legendary. Suddenly, every kid on the playground was doing it. That's the power of real swagger, when even your quirks turn into cultural moments, when people aren't just copying your game, they're copying you. June 11th, 1997, Game 5 of the Finals. Jordan's got the flu, or food poisoning, depending on who you ask. Either way, he could barely stand. Most guys wouldn't even suit up. But Jordan, he goes out and drops 38, hits the game winner, barely able to walk, and still takes the soul of the Utah Jazz. That's not just guts, that's swagger with substance. Anybody can talk tough when they're 100%, but MJ, he delivered on fumes and willpower alone. That's the difference between confidence and greatness. And here's the deal, Jordan's swagger still cashes checks in 2025. The man's net worth, around $3.5 billion. That's more than most superstars will ever make, combined. And he's been retired for over 2 decades. That's what authentic swagger does. It doesn't fade with time. It builds legacies, empires, generational wealth. When you talk about greatness in basketball, you don't bring up Michael Jordan. He defines it. 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, never lost in the finals. That's not just rare, that's unmatched. No one else has done that. Not LeBron, not Kobe, not anyone. And yeah, MJ scored, but he didn't just put up points, he owned the scoreboard. 10-time scoring champion. His highest, a ridiculous 37.1 points per game in the 86-87 season. That's not even real-life numbers, that's video game mode. He retired with 32,292 points and averaged 30.1 per game. Still the highest ever for anyone who played over 500 games. Only Wilt's up there with him, and Wilt didn't face what Jordan did. But don't get it twisted, MJ wasn't all offense. He was a lockdown defender. 9-time all-defensive first team. He even won Defensive Player of the Year in '88, something you rarely see from a guard. The dude would drop 40 on you and pick your pocket in the same game. And come playoff time, he leveled up. Career playoff average, 33.4 points per game. The most ever. That 63 he dropped on the 86 Celtics. Still the most in a single playoff game. And in the 93 finals, he averaged 41 a game. Let that sink in. 14-time All-Star, 3-time All-Star MVP. Led the league in steals 3 times. Ended with 2,514 total. 3rd all-time. Jordan didn't just dominate, he redefined dominance. MJ didn't just change how basketball was played, he changed what greatness looked like. The bald head? That became iconic. The suits? He made those cool. His whole vibe was, I'm not like anybody else. And it was true. Even now, Jordan energy shows up in guys with that silent killer instinct. That cold-blooded look like, I'm about to end this and you can't stop me. That's all MJ. His influence is still everywhere. People get caught up in numbers and rings, but they miss the real story. Jordan's swagger wasn't just style, it was a statement. He changed what it meant to be the best. He didn't just win. He made you believe he was going to win before the ball even tipped. That's why even in 2025, when everyone's posting highlights and chasing likes, MJ's swagger still runs the game. Because when it's real, you know it. And nobody's ever been more real than Jordan, with the game on the line staring you down like, this is over. You just don't know it yet. But what do you think? Is MJ's legacy untouchable, or has someone else finally stepped into that throne? Let's hear it. Drop your take in the comments below. We're here for the real debates. And if you felt the energy in this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe for more GoAT talk, and turn on notifications so you never miss when we break down the icons that shape the game. Because this is bigger than basketball. This is greatness, and we're just getting started.